approach.
It's possible, definitely possible. I mean, Magnus, he played the orangutan opening in the white last move. Last game, Willie played a different unorthodox system. No, he goes to the Sicilian defense. We've seen this already today as well. Magnus going back to one of his old favorites, the Sicilian. We see White giving check with his bishop, Black simply blocking that. This is one position that Magnus has had hundreds of times, countless times with both White and Black. So Magnus going back in a must-win situation in this, one of the biggest moments of the year so far for Magnus. Yeah, going back to one of his old favourites, an opening he knows extremely well. That's a good strategy for people learning it. Do what you know. And meanwhile, White castling, Black bringing his knight out, White just centralising his rook. Okay, will we see a trade? Bishop for knight. Will that bishop step back? Wesley's got a decision to make. He brings the bishop the whole way back home.
Yeah, I was going to say, according to the chessboard course, step it all the way back. And then he advocates adopting kind of controlling the center approach.
Yeah, so White next is going to try and control the center, probably with pawns. He'll step a pawn forward, maybe support another central push. Magnus getting ready to develop his light squared bishop. He's created a square for his light squared bishop. I do like the approach from Magnus Carlsen. I don't think it's necessarily objectively the best, but I just like the fact that all the pieces are still on the board. No easy route to simplification for Wesley. No easy path towards that draw that he needs.
And Magnus has actually had this exact position before against Nepomniachtchi in March, so that would be the Opera Euro Rapid.
Yeah, so Magnus still on known territory. Wesley, meanwhile, has slowed down a bit with a 30-second deficit already at this early stage. As you mentioned, Ivanka, he's studied this, he's done some work on this for his chessboard course, so slightly surprising to see him invest time there. He does eventually push a pawn forward, controlling more squares, but Wesley shaking his head off that move, maybe not too happy with this decision.
Well, still a repetition of the game between Nepomniachtchi and Magnus Carlsen, and I actually got my remembered it wasn't the Opera Euro Rapid, it was the Magnus Carlsen Invitational.
So Magnus with this last move, bringing his knight into the centre. He's actually offering a trade of knights, but White doesn't really want to take that knight, that black knight in the centre, because after Black recaptures with the... Okay, he does it. After Black recaptures with the pawn, suddenly Black's queen is on a very nice open line. So yeah, this is a risky strategy. It could be very good for White because Black has double pawns in the centre of the board. It could also backfire because Black's queen is on this fantastic line. White has a backward pawn in the middle of the board on that D line. So next, Magnus just trying to develop his pieces. Wesley trying to play on the left flank right now.
And remember, Wesley only needs to join this one to be the winner. It is Magnus with that must-win situation. He has to win it, so we know he's playing for a win. Wesley keeping it safe.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, he's keeping it safe, but you know, I do feel that he's making some strategical risks. He's taking them because, especially because of that backward pawn, and that could be something that really backfires. I mean, he's conceded it's not just the backward pawn, he's also conceded the square in front, that's the d4 square, and you can just see a situation where Magnus can put a knight there, that would be ideal. Magnus also has the potential to open up the position.
Some small imbalances in that.
Yeah, I feel that this is something that could favour Magnus, but he has to survive, because White is definitely the one with the initiative. White is the one who's going to start providing some threats.
Yeah, so White's rook steps up one square, and he's just clearing a path maybe for White's queen or White's other rook to join it. It's all going to happen on that B line right now. We do see White pawns, there is some tension on that left side. So Magnus, he's just trying to maybe maintain that tension. There are enough imbalances for now to hope that Black's pieces will become very strong later. Especially White has one problem piece, White's bishop next to the king. Right now, that White bishop, light square bishop, is not going to be good. Well, it's just going to be a bad piece forever, pretty much. So Magnus, he knows what he wants to keep on the board. He needs to maybe allow a couple of trades later, but he needs to make sure that White always has one bad piece, because that long term will give him hope. And okay, we see trade towards Magnus now trying to imbalance things further, giving up one of Black's pawns which control the centre, which is super risky here. But Black trying to initiate a pass pawn, Black trying to create a pass pawn on that left side, on the A line, and a risky strategy for Magnus, but it had to be done. Maybe he realised that that was the moment to cause some confusion for Wesley to at least stake out a strong pawn for Black. It does give away squares though.
It does give away squares, but it does also have the benefit of creating an outside pass pawn, and there you see it on the board. But it does feel
free move
like
by Magnus.
Yeah,
Yes, it's a good advice. If you're going to pre-move, it should always be forced moves.
So Magnus, he made that move with his mouse, playing pawn takes pawn, because it's only going to become relevant if white captures your pawn, so it's a completely safe pre-move. It's not going to be a bad move ever, and the computer won't allow it if it's illegal. So, pre-move saves those valuable seconds. Black's queen attacked by the white knight. It's coming back. Pre-moves, do you think that's going to decide this game? Mouse slips, maybe?
Maybe not pre-moves in this game, but certainly in Armageddon when the players have seconds left. So if it gets that far, it's going to be all about pre-moves, the putting the person under pressure. Okay, so Magnus improving the position of his bishop, and Wesley is just banking on everything just to control that pawn that Magnus has on the left.
This is how tense the position is right now. We see the evaluation bar go left, right, swinging back and forth. The players are nervous. They're not necessarily playing the best moves, but they're just playing kind of by hand, by instinct. No calculation needed yet. The action is still building up, still about to happen. Magnus now spending 30 seconds on this move. That's a bit too much. What I would do, I would maybe try and exchange white's best piece. I feel white's best piece right now for attacking and defensive purposes is white's down to bishop. So maybe try and trade along your bishop. Try and control some dark squares. That looks like the most natural move to me by far. And Magnus maybe not going for an instinctive move, maybe trying to calculate, trying to work something out. I don't see how else Black can really improve his pieces. Maybe he can also bring the black knight forward. Either way, he has to make a move now. Just 1 minute is too long to spend on this one move while there's still no concrete action happening on the board.
Definitely, it is a bit of a luxury to lose so much time. But I guess that Magnus is simply calculating whether his pawn on the left is a liability or is it a strength, and how he can maintain it. It's not that easy. Not that easy, because I really do like your move that you suggested. That was the move that I had been planning. But Magnus, he learns from his back rank nightmare in the first tie break, and he creates space for the king.
Yeah, definitely. The ghosts of the last game were in Magnus's mind when he chose that move, taking a timeout just to create a breathing space for Black's king, shuffling a pawn forward, and that doesn't look relevant for where the action's actually happening though, so maybe a luxury move there by Magnus. And wow, Wesley so jumping forward with his knight, attacking the black bishop. That looks unexpected. The fact that was even on his radar is impressive. It's so difficult to spot these types of moves jumping into your opponent's territory. White's knight protected by a bishop. Black's bishop was trapped.
He steps forward, and Wesley is proposing, how about we repeat moves? Magnus, of course, will say no. But the question is how to get out of this repetition.
Yeah, the black queen doesn't have any safe squares to go back to. He can go back to the square he came from, or he can step up one square, but either way, White's knight's going to continue attacking it, or attacking the black bishop. So I think Magnus, if he wants to play for a win, he has to play for the win. He's going to have to capture that knight. He just needs to grit his teeth and do it. It's not a pleasant move. It's not the move he wanted to play. He wanted to maintain these pieces on the board, but he's going to have to play it if he wants to win and avoid the repetition moves.
Yeah, fantastic move fantastic idea by Wesley So there. He's actually retreating the queen, so I'm expecting Wesley to come up with his ingenious knight move, attack the queen and the bishop.
So yeah, White's knight can go back to where it came from again, offering a repetition of the position. Maybe Magnus just repeat once and then take the white knight, or maybe Black could use a different square for his queen. Either way, Wesley So trying to calculate what Magnus has in store, because I don't really see what else White should do here other than just repeat position, because the draws is enough for him. It would make sense. It feels like it's actually even easier than thinking here. It would just make sense to play that knight move, jump forward with White's knight, do what you have done previously. There's no downside immediately at least.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't kind of make sense to do anything else, because like you say, if you were to pick up the rook and try to double world.
Okay, when Wesley takes a timeout to copy Magnus, push a pawn. Doesn't look too relevant, Ivanka. Do you think?
No, it doesn't look too relevant, because I feel that all the action is going to be on the left side, and it's also, if Wesley manages to win this isolated passed pawn there on the left, then he has really good chances for holding the draw. And Magnus is seeing the opportunity to improve his knight.
Bizarre from Wesley to take the time out in that position and push a pawn. I must say, White's king will never get checkmated on the background because it has a bishop to protect it. So White just moves a move with White. Now suddenly Magnus taking advantage of that, capitalizing on that, has improved the black knight.
position, and it's all based on the loose positioning of the white knight and the queen. So you can't take that pawn after you've gone bishop takes knight. So
maybe you can, but you don't really want to strategically, because black would just get dominant bishops, and now black's knight jumping into the position, attacking white's rook in the corner. It's a sneaky move by Magnus Carlsen. There were two threats there. Black was threatening to take white's knight, and black was threatening to take white rook in the corner. So Wesley has to counter-attack with his knight. And can he just move the black queen here? Black, if he wants to bail out, he can, and make things simpler, he can just capture that white knight, but no, he does move the black queen. Magnus is turning this in his favour, you know.
I totally agree. You know, I mean, suddenly that pawn that potentially could be a weakness is looking like a huge strength in the position. And how is white ever going to dream about winning it? You're not.
Look at white's bishop next to the white king, white's light square bishop. That is just a bystander. Look at Wesley, he's not happy at all, shaking his head now. All black needs to do is blockade the dark squares, trade off those dark square bishops. Black's knight is going to be better than white's bishop, white's light square bishop, and black has this passport, this beautiful passport which he did survive.
And that is that light square bishop that white has is the definition of a bad bishop. It's got no future. It's blocked in by its own pawn.
12 times though. Look at Magnus. 20 seconds. He brings his knight to the centre, giving up a pawn. White can actually just take that knight with his bishop, winning a pawn in the process. That move feels a bit panicky from Magnus.
I like this move by Wesley, which is designed to induce chaos.
Big mistake though, I feel. I think actually black now. Yeah, I think he should have just taken that knight while you had the opportunity. Again, Magnus had some tactical ideas, but he missed. He just pushes his pawn forward, guarding his centre. Yeah, you said that was a good move from white, but the last thing you want to do in a blitz game with 1 minute on your clock is open up your king. Suddenly white's king on the dark squares might be vulnerable. I feel that.
I just like the fact that Magnus was on the clock. There's 14 seconds left, and sometimes an active move like this is enough to induce chaos, because it's not necessarily just about the position of the board.
Ideally, it needs to be an active move that doesn't weaken your own king, that won't kind of haunt you later on. And Wesley suddenly, after making that active move with white, now he stopped. He's realised there's nothing else to do next. I don't see any moves from white. Now taking that black knight would give up white's dark square bishop, but suddenly the white king would be weak on the dark squares. He does it.
I didn't necessarily approve of that, and now he steps forward backwards with the queen, and look at that pawn. That pawn is a monster. There's just no stopping it whatsoever. I mean, Magnus has an amazing chance of striking back.
Magnus,
look at the bar here.
The only thing that can stop him now is the clock, because now after this last move, if the queens come off, black is one pawn up, but it's not just any pawn, it's that pawn on the left side. It's 2 squares away from winning. It's paralysing the white rook. Magnus, despite the presence of opposite colour bishops, he's completely winning this position.
And Wesley down to 9 seconds on the clock. Again, totally agree with David. Black is just dominating the position, and it's all to do with that pawn. You said that's not just any pawn. It felt like a Marks and Spencer advert.
Yeah, and again, black's rook now trying to undermine the white rook, trying to eliminate the blockade of black's pawn. White's bishop trying to cause some chaos, threatening to take a pawn with check, but Magnus blocking the white bishop. Is that just game over?
3 seconds, 2 seconds.
There's nothing to be done.
1 second.
Peace.
Magnus fights back.
Wow, look at that reaction from Magnus Carlsen. It is a comeback from the world champion. He wins the second Blitz games, and we are heading to Armageddon, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, I love that reaction. That meant so much to Magnus Carlsen.